UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Ribas 2, quick pick predictions. Make sure to go down and comment your full card predictions down below and check out that pinned comment down there as well for all of the bets I am making for this entire card, my ranking system for every UFC fighter, all the prospects outside of the UFC, and a lot of other perks when you do become a member. But let's get into the first fight here. We got Nurullo Aliev and Joe Selecki. I do have Nurullo Aliev going out there and winning and becoming 10-0. He's a massive favorite from Tajikistan. Amazing wrestling and grappling, very young as well. I do believe he should go out there and take down Joe Selecki, get on top, control the fight, and win a close decision. I think Joe, only way he's going to win is with the submissions off bottom or defending it and making it an even striking affair. I don't think he's going to be able to defend those takedowns. He's just going to be looking for the submission off bottom. I don't think he gets it. I got Aliev by a 29-28 decision. Fatima Klein taking on Victoria Dudakova. I think this is going to be either a round 2 finish for Fatima Klein or a 30-27, 30-26 easy win for Fatima. She is my most confident pick of the card. I think on the feet, she's better. On the ground, she is better. In the clinch, she is better. She's taller. She's lengthier. Better basically wherever the fight does go. So again, 30-27 domination wherever it goes. Or I think she could definitely catch Victoria with a submission or with ground and pound. Either way, Fatima should get the win in the strawweight division. Magomed Gadziazulov 9-0 taking on Bruno Lopez 13-1. It's a decent fight at 205. I think Bruno is going to be the better striker and kicker. Magomed, obviously, look at him, is going to be the better wrestler and grappler. He just doesn't really have that finishing ability. Not a really an amazing submission arsenal. The ground and pound isn't amazing either. So I do think Bruno is going to win on the feet with the striking. He'll get taken down a few times, but overall I think the striking is going to outweigh the takedowns and a little bit of ground and pound with really no submission attempts. So I'm going to go underdog here, Bruno Lopez to win a very close decision. And then we got Erneste Karaketi taking on Nicoli Cagliari. I do have Nicoli Cagliari losing to Erneste Karaketi. Her nickname is heavy-handed. She's a good striker. She's very tall and lengthy for this women's flyweight division. 5'9", 71-inch reach. It's either she's got just really long attributes or Nicoli's just a very short fighter, which I think it's a little bit of both for this one because I'm 5'9" and I can't make flyweight, so she is very skinny for the weight class. But Nicoli is very short, 5'3". She's a grappler. Just can Erneste defend the takedowns? I think yes. Can Nicoli get it? If she can, she'll probably win by submission. She's got a good armbar, but if she can't, which I don't think she will, I do think Erneste should be able to outstrike her and win a 30-27 on the feet. I don't think she'll knock her out though, so Erneste by decision. Jacoby Smith versus Preston Parsons. I think Jacoby is a better striker. He's a better wrestler as well, but he's not absolutely going to go out there and destroy Preston Parsons, in my opinion. It's possible. I don't think he'll be able to go out there, take him down, and just ground and pound TKO him. I think Preston will get taken down and then get back up. And I think the majority of this fight will be a striking affair. I think Jacoby's the better striker. He hits a lot harder. Undefeated, 9-0, young, 28 years old. Not as tall, but a little bit lengthier. I think he's going to outpower Preston here and win it on the scorecards. Preston is a hard guy to finish. He got finished in his debut 3.5 years ago to Daniel Rodriguez and hasn't been finished since. So I think Preston should lose this fight by a 29-28, maybe a 30-27, but a decision nonetheless for Jacoby Smith. Thiago Moises, Trey Ogden. I think it's grappler versus grappler. I think it's going to be a striking match, and I think Thiago is just the better striker. It's as simple as that. He is younger, not as tall, not as lengthy as Trey Ogden, but Trey Ogden really is not an amazing striker. He's solid. He's very solid, but I think Thiago should have the better striking here than Trey Ogden. I think jiu-jitsu-wise, Trey Ogden is better. Wrestling-wise, I think Thiago Moises is better. So even if Thiago somehow is losing on the feet, I think he could get a takedown without being in any real danger. The submission from Trey Ogden, because he himself is also very good on the ground. So he could mix in some takedowns either way. I think Thiago should win in a close one, 29-28 on the scorecards. Marco Tulio, Ihor Potieri. I got Marco winning by knockout in the later rounds. Could be early. It just kind of comes down to, does Ihor come forward and just try to bang with Marco early on in this fight? If he does, I think he'll get finished early on. If he doesn't, I think Marco will put on the pressure, land those kicks. I mean, those body shots are amazing for Marco Tulio. Either way, I think Marco will be able to find the mark with the striking. He might mix in a little bit of grappling as well to tire out Ihor Potieri, but overall, I think at the end, I think round 2, round 3, he should be able to find the mark and knock out Ihor Potieri. Jose Johnson, Felipe Bunes. Honestly, I think Jose's better everywhere. I think he could legitimately go out there and take down Felipe Bunes, out-wrestle him and out-grapple him. I honestly think Jose could outstrike Felipe either way. I mean, striking, grappling, clinch. Maybe Felipe has the advantage. We haven't seen much of Jose's clinch, but he's very tall, very lengthy, so maybe he's got a lot of elbows and knees. I don't know. But I do believe wherever the fight goes, I think he could win in the wrestling on Felipe. Felipe is really not an amazing wrestler and grappler. And if it's a striking match, I think Jose wins there either way. So striking, wrestling, I think Jose wins. And I think he's going to finish Felipe Bunes in the later rounds with strikes or hurt him a little bit, then get the back club and sub or a knockout for Jose Johnson in the later rounds. Punahele Soriano, Uros Medic. I'm going to go underdog here. Punahele Soriano to wrestle and grapple and grind out a decision win over Uros Medic. I think Uros, I mean, he could very well. I could have a horrible prediction here where Uros goes out and just easily flatlines Punahele Soriano. Don't get me wrong, I think that's a totally viable option. Very likely possibility here, but if he doesn't and he overextends, he's going to get taken down. His wrestling isn't amazing. His grappling isn't amazing. Punahele has good wrestling. He's got good offensive wrestling, and he controls you on the ground very well. Tires out Uros. And I don't think he finishes Uros, but he should be able to control it there and win this one on the scorecards. That'll be the only fight in Uros' career that would go to a decision. Bashi versus Rodriguez. I think this one goes all the way. Rodriguez has never been finished, and he's a decisionator himself also. So I do expect a 29-28. He's got a few finishes there. Oh, he has been submitted. I'm totally forgetting the Julian Erosa one. He got caught right at the end of the round. I don't think Bashi is going to be able to catch him. He's got a few submissions of his own. I'm not feeling like he's going to go out there and catch him in this fight. If he does, I'd be very shocked, because that would mean Rodriguez would be shooting in on something. I don't think Bashi's going to rear naked Rodriguez, so if he does get it, it would have to be that guillotine type of thing, a Darce, something like that, where Christian Rodriguez, I don't think he's going to be shooting on Austin Bashi. This should be a horrible game plan. So I think Bashi's going to be offensive here, just grind. His wrestling, his grappling, his pace is amazing. I think Bashi wins on the scorecards here. 30-27, maybe a few 29-28s. Kind of a mixed scorecard, but I think he wins a unanimous decision. Kopylov versus Curtis, 29-28 striking war. Fight of the night, in my opinion. I think it goes all the way. And I think Roman is the better striker. Chris should wrestle. He should grapple. Will he? I don't know. Not too confident about that, but I think it's going to be a striking match where Roman is slightly better. I got Roman 29-28 in a war in the middleweight division. Our last underdog of the card, Abdulrazak Alhassan. I do expect to go out there and wrestle and grapple. That's what he should do. If he doesn't, obviously Caesar's going to win with the better kickboxing and striking at range. He's just going to stay on the outside and beat Abdulrazak Alhassan with the punches and kicks at range. Whereas Abdul going to be landing big shots, trying to get inside. And he should be going for takedowns. Will he? I don't know. That's why it's a hard prediction for me. But I do have Abdul winning. I think he should be smart. I don't know if he will be, but he should be smart and wrestle and grapple here. If he does, he should win. If he doesn't, he's not going to win. So round 1, we'll kind of know who's going to win the fight. If Abdul's actually smart, we shall see. But I got Abdul by a decision or a late ground and pound TKO. Ponzinibbio, Carlson Harris. I got Ponzinibbio outstriking Carlson. Carlson's offensive wrestling is okay. It's not amazing. Ponzinibbio's defensive wrestling is very solid. He hasn't been taken down in a long time. He rarely gets out-wrestled, and when he does, he gets right back up. I think he's going to outstrike Carlson Harris for 3 rounds to a unanimous decision. Last but not least, I got Ribas. obviously defending the takedowns. She's got good jiu-jitsu of her own, good wrestling of her own, should defend here and outstrike Mackenzie Dern for 5 rounds and win a 50-45. Maybe 1 round will go to Dern, a 49-46 decision there. For Amanda Ribas, those are my full card predictions for UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Ribas 2. I got Ribas, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, Roman Kopylov, Austin Bashi, Punahele Soriano, Jose Johnson, Marco Tulio, Thiago Moises, Jacoby Smith, Erneste Karaketi, Bruno Lopez, Fatima Klein, and Nurullo Aliyev. Thanks for watching. Of course, like, subscribe, and check out that pinned comment down below to become a channel member, support me, and get a lot of great perks. Again, the rankings we have for every UFC fighter, the prospect list, all of my UFC and MMA bets, as well as some fight news that you might not know about. So become a channel member down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.